everyone, hope you're all keeping well. It's another day in the lockdown, another day when I'm off out to go and pick some missus up this time, who's been to get the shopping. I just left her there to get the shopping, and now I'm off to go and get her now, because I can't do it. But anyway, finally got an Asda slot, which everyone's trying, but that's not till next week, so we still need the bits that we need until then. Obviously, the country's supposed to be in lockdown yet. The neighbours over the road from us have got 3 cars all parked outside that I know for a fact they all live in Rochdale in different homes, and they're all having a nice little family gathering. Now, I can understand mental health wise, maybe keeping distance and everything, but they've all just cramped into one room. Hey, let's just leave them all to it, because it's not my responsibility, not my problem. My problem, however, is my mental health. I know obviously a lot of these videos are about that. That's the main reason for me doing these recordings. But yesterday I was really bad, I was struggling really bad. Kind of done it to myself by reading news clippets, as I said last time. And I shouldn't really watch the news or read the news, but when you're bored and on YouTube, you see everything coming up. Reading obviously the Balearic Islands. I don't know if I say that right, I think it's Balearic Islands. Are talking about starting tourism again from August. I got a holiday booked in June for my birthday. I don't think we'll be going now. But obviously I can't get my money back because obviously we don't know what's happening outside. So I got played by ear and that. But that obviously the depression, that depressed me because I was looking forward to that, a nice relaxing holiday, all inclusive in Mallorca, doing nothing, just sitting by the pool for a week. But yeah, that's something that I really need. But that won't be happening now. So here's hoping that the one in America goes ahead as normal. What are you doing, you tool? Bad drivers, eh? Here's hoping the one in America still goes ahead in July, and America's all opened up and Disney World's opened up in July. That's the stressful one, so I might need another holiday to get over that. But hey, things we do for our family, eh? Or things we do for our loved ones. So I'm aware that my last video was I got quite passionate onto it, and I did kind of go on a bit. I'm not going to apologise, because I needed to get my point across and probably upset a few people with it. But the truth of the matter is, that's what happens, so it's a waste of time me not telling the story when I've said that I'm going to be candid and open. So yeah, so later on I'm hoping to, I've done some damage to my shoulder on my back and it's bloody hurting, it's painful to drive. Where was I? Yeah, later on I'm hoping to talk a little bit more about the stigma that I talked about yesterday and the other day, sorry, and how it affects me and how it affects me today, because I kind of went off a tangent and yeah, I got a bit passionate, so I had to end it, so I didn't get to say what I wanted to say. So I'll fill in that in a bit. Wow, some bad driving outside. Are we indicator on that model? Cool. Anyone even a BMW, go figure. So yeah, so that's obviously my plan later on. What else? Yep, got my young girl back of mind, so I might put a couple of clips of our journey home because she was quite comical. Yeah, like I said, I've done something to my shoulder. I've got a bit of lasting damage from a previous bike injury that can affect my nerves and muscle. and I think that has moved a bit and is causing me a bit of problem, because right now I'm in agony. Not as bad as it was yesterday, but it hurts to move my neck, it hurts to move my arm, it hurts to move my shoulder. But the weird thing is, the feelings that I get from it are in my ankles, in my legs, in my wrists, in my back. So yeah, foolishly I was picking up the missus, but the missus sat on my shoulders and I went to pick her up. But I did it at a weird angle, and yeah, I'm in agony now. I'm fully aware that I need a shave because my bird's nest is spanking up top. As you can see, my headboard match is a bit bald, whereas the rest of it's got like a little bird nest. My face, I'm contemplating whether I do want to shave it or not, because then I'm missing my big luscious beard I had, and it was a big thing. I put a picture on this to show. So yeah, so anyways, I'll end it at this point, and I shall come back and obviously discuss what I want to discuss. So one thing I do want to say though, I'm getting the emotions now to get the missus. I just left her in the queue and I'm standing outside. But yeah, one thing I do want to say, I am grateful for anyone who is watching these. I'm grateful for anyone who comments. I am aware that I don't always reply back.
Most haven't.
Is Mr. Freely there?
Who?
Freely. First initial is IP.
Hold on, I'll check. Is IP Freely here? Hey, everybody! IP Freely! Wait a minute. Listen to me, you lousy bum. When I get home to you, you're dead. I swear I'm gonna slice your heart in half.
As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. I am grateful for all those that are watching the videos. I know there's not many of you, but I'm grateful because I'm hoping that my videos are helping other people out just to understand what goes on in my head, but also, not just to understand what goes on in my head, but also to understand what can happen in regards to sufferers and mental health, and how different things can impact people in different ways. Yeah, actually I know I was passionate, and there's going to be a few like that where I do get quite passionate about what I'm saying, because there's a lot of things that I want to get off my chest, and this is one way of doing it. And like I said, I just hope that it helps others talk about the problems, talk about what they've experienced, just to realise that they're not on their own, and that's why I do it. So I am very thankful and very grateful for those that are watching so far, and anyone that joins in the future to watch. I just hope that I am helping you out. I do want to create a community, like I said. I know I'm fully aware that I am the most awkward person when it comes to social media and replying to messages, etc. Which is why I want to create a community that brings people together, so that it can have that impact and effect. Because I was watching something really dodgy here. Never mind. Yeah, so I want to have that effect. I want to have that impact and bring people together. Because like I said, I know I don't do social media well. Twitter, I'm still keep looking at it and thinking, what? I'm too old for this. I mean, I'm 38 years old and I'm thinking I'm too old for it. Christ, I had to think what 70-year-olds are like on it. Imagine I've seen that with Donald Trump. Anyway. Yeah, so yeah, that's where I'm at. So like I said, I'm going to explain obviously a bit later on regarding Pure Gym's boarded up. All of the front's boarded up. That's a peculiar one. Anyway, yeah, so I want to do that video I want to talk a bit more about the stigmas and how they affect me. So I'll go through that later on when I'm sat down with a brew, and why I got so passionate about it. But I am grateful, as I said, of people who do watch videos, and I hope that I am helping people, or at least having a little impact on them to realise they're not on their own. So thank you all of you, and hopefully I can create this community that I want to create, because I am going to spend time soon to build it and build the market and look for help from others to bring this community together. So yeah, anyway, I'm waffling now, so I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you. I was supposed to do this last night, but I wasn't too well last night, if I'm honest. I want to reiterate a bit more about stigma. Like I said, I got a bit passionate about it. I know I did, because it is something that I am quite strong about, and it does really gripe me and get me. Talking about my childhood is a really sore subject for me as well, but I know I need to do it, and I know it's the best thing for me, as well as for others, to understand obviously the circumstances regarding mine, to make sure to know that they're not alone, or things that they experience are right or wrong, etc. So that's why I'm obviously doing the video. But yeah, so I'm digressing again. Yeah, so like I said, I was talking about stigma. I was talking about how recent times with this lockdown, people are all over social media, the press are at it, even politicians are at it, slandering certain people, pinpointing certain people out, or slandering groups of people, etc., without a thought, without a care. I did it at the start of the video, and I've probably blanked it out now and deleted it. I commented on one of my neighbours having the family round. Now, yeah, they probably shouldn't be, because it's not allowed, but there might be a reason for it. So knowing who they are, there probably isn't, but there might be a reason behind it, so I really shouldn't comment on it. So I was in the wrong for doing that, so that's probably why I deleted that one or edited that out of it. But yeah, I'm seeing many people being slandered and slated in the press or on local platforms. I was on one today, on a local one for Salford, talking about a cyclist who had cycled a fair bit, and it was in the newspaper for it. And someone was coming on, no one should be cycling, full stop, everyone should be in the house and not leaving, and everyone should be on lockdown, why is everybody always about? There was loads of different comments like that. There's a picture posted on there the other day of a few police officers together taking what must be a break that they must have needed, that they had, but because they were near each other, they were being slammed on social media. This isn't social distancing, why are you all stood together? But to be fair, they work really hard. They're all working hard. All emergency services are working hard at the moment, as are a lot of the carers and a lot of military workers, a lot of wagon workers, couriers, etc. Everyone who's working at the moment is keeping the country going. There's a lot of companies who are not letting people work from home, whether it be through cost or whether it be through laziness or just greed, anything. There's many reasons. So they're having to go into work. That's why London's rife with it, because London's such a compact thing. Where was I? Yeah, so it's like I'm seeing on social media all these different posts. People who are my friends, as well as some just people I don't know, all posting about how certain people are supposedly flouting the rules and going out and about. But like I said to my last post, mental health is being impacted. So people's mental health is being impacted drastically with this lockdown. Many need that little break to get out and about, to do what they need to do, to go for that walk, to go for that bike ride. They don't need people slandering them and posting pictures of them on social media or calling them. Just because someone chooses to lock their doors and not go out the house, it doesn't mean that everyone's the same. Some people do need to go out and get that release, do need to go out and get that break. And they shouldn't be judged for it. It's a shame that it's happening. In this day and age, people should be allowed to do what they need to do without getting judged as shamed and publicly shamed. And it is really scary. Yeah, I get, obviously, people are fearing what's happening in the world today in regards to this virus and everything that's going on, but it's not fair to attack those few. I mean, they could be going out to the jobs, they could be doing stuff like that, they could be couriers, they could be anything. It don't need judgment. There's enough judgment in the world already. And you got top governors and politicians and presidents spitting the toys out. They're spitting the dummies out because they don't like what's happening. We don't need to be doing it at the lower levels too. So yeah, so I've got that out. I think I've probably exhausted that one a bit too much now. I apologise if I have, but it is something that obviously upsets me. But yeah, like I said, I was talking about stigma and stigma I experienced. Now, like I said, as a child, it wasn't an easy one, being judged as the poor family. Now, our neighbours knew what was happening to us as children. They knew that we weren't getting fed. They knew that we were getting locked in rooms for days on end, and mum and stepdad about getting drunk and doing what they needed to do. Going to all these different things every night in different pubs. They knew that everything that was going on. They knew that we wasn't getting treated right, we wasn't getting clothed right. Social services did get involved, but only for the older two. Why, I'll never know. I do need to do a freedom of information request with the Trafford Borough Council, but I'm not expecting anything worthwhile out of him, but I am going to do it nonetheless. But yeah, like I said, neighbours knew that, so they would bring food to us and put it through the doors or through the windows. They'd give us food in the streets, or they'd give us clothes and bring it round, or they'd give it to us while we're out and about. They would take us and buy us sweets while we're out on the streets, because if we weren't getting locked in the house, we were getting locked out of the house, whether they were there or not. The house would be locked down and we'd be having to roam the streets, not able to go in and get something to eat or something to drink. So the neighbours used to give us drinks and stuff like that. It was, as a young child, I'm not knowing any different. I'm just thinking that these neighbours are being nice, but it's something I experienced. So yeah, so that's why I got a bit passionate. But I will talk about that a bit more in a bit, because I think Laura's on the way back now, because she's been into the shops to get a pool for the kids. So yeah, so I'll catch up with this in a bit. So far this video has taken 3 days to put together, because every time I go to get it done, same as with my work, I get distracted. To give you an idea of how my children are spending what is one of the warmest days of spring so far, There's one upstairs in the bedroom hiding away. There's one there on the phone. And then there's that one. Say hello.
Hello. I could use that with the water.
And as you can see, she's enjoying herself. One of them's got to, I suppose.
Dad,
Teenagers don't. Yes, babe.
use that underwater.
You could use the camera underwater.
Yeah.
How do you think?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Do you think I'm letting you loose with the camera? Do I look daft?
No. Camera to video everyone when we're clapping.
Right, it's not called a water camera, it's called a GoPro.
Oh, I thought it was called a water camera.
Say GoPro.
GoPro.
There you go. It does work in the water though.
Does it?
It does.
So when it's in the water, it's called a water camera.
It's still called a GoPro, but a GoPro in water.
I need toilet.
Go toilet quick.
I can't.
You got 2 minutes, you can run.
Go, hurry up. Excuse me, Peter.
Yeah, mate.
When is it time for us to clap?
Now. Yeah.
I like everyone's rainbows. I love you, NHS.
That's it.
Oh, that's nice, Ella.
Well, it's a bit light, so that's why you can't see the fireworks. It's daytime. One there.
I can't wait to go to Alaska. Dad, can I clap with a cat?
Yeah. Huh?
Go, Ella.
Why? Look, I just saw the bit then. It was glittery and it was rubber paper.
Never seen the cat run so fast. I think he just took the blinds with her.
No, we're going to stop.
I gotta stop because my hands hurting.
I love you, NHS. You're the best, NHS. Meg, hang on.
You know it's not just the NHS, don't you?
You like the NHS?
For all carers
Boris Johnson.
and everybody that's working hard.
Boris Johnson.
Yeah, him too, I suppose.
Because Boris Johnson got poorly.
He did, you're right.
So that's why I'm happy for Boris Johnson. I love you, Boris Johnson.
What about the wall, man? Clap for Tom.
I love you, Nini.
Your ninny's not here, you know.
I know, but she does a lot of work. And she's a care worker. She's actually a care worker.
I know, your ninny's a care worker. 4th day of trying to do this video to talk about obviously the passion I had regarding, might seem like minutes for you, but it's day for me. Passion regarding stigma. So I think I've said enough on it, but I just wanted to add to this video that stigma is a disgusting thing. It's something that history has defined and society can't shake. If you think back 100 years, a woman wasn't to be out of place or out of the home. Think about 50 years, things were different then. Ethnic minorities were a minority and were attacked more than they are now. So obviously society does change as time goes by.
You're a Klingon, aren't you?
I'm just hoping that one day mental health won't be
Treated by Klingons in school.
the taboo that it sometimes still is today, and people won't use it against you.
Be our enemies.
Because like I said, I've had my mental health used against me in employment, I've had it used against me in personal life, I've had it used against me just in general. As I've said in the last video, I've received trolls. I've been trolled by my own colleagues in work, people who I believed were friends,
I understand.
but it turns out not.
It's all about it.
So I've experienced it. So I don't know. Yeah. So enough said about that, obviously. This week, obviously it's taken me a while to record this video. It's been a bit of a struggle. I've had no get up and go. I've just felt, nah. That's my new word for it, nah. So, yeah. I'm doing this, as like I said, I said I'd do it, record all instances. This is one of them. One thing I do want to shake, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one on this, is my blase to times and dates. I have no idea what date it is, no idea what time it is. I'm getting up after 12 o'clock each day, which isn't best. I'm staying up until 4 or 5 in the morning at point times. I'm not taking medication at the right times. I've lost track of all days and times. I didn't even know what day it was today until my daughter told me. One day's just blended into another, and it's all just, yeah. I ain't got many words today. So yeah, so I'm gonna try and build it upbeat. The missus is just currently getting some toiletry supplies because I'm sure my children eat shampoo and soap and stuff like that. You wouldn't think so with the potty mouth the 2 older ones have, but it just disappears somewhere. The only children I know can go through a tub of shampoo in a week. So yeah, so my anxieties are really bad today, my hypervigilance is really bad today. I just want to go in, bury my head and go. On a plus note, I know I've been struggling with my work, I've not been able to get concentration, not been able to get stuff done. I'm picking up a new computer system on Monday that I've got through the DSA. Pay me £200. Now for those who know what the DSA is, Disability Student Allowance through student finance. I mentioned in the past blog that I've been diagnosed with learning difficulties. Now, I've never known about learning difficulties. I'm putting it down to my medication and my self-harming, because in the report it reads that I'm the top 4% of people in my age in regards to knowledge and putting things together and like building stuff, etc. However, in the bottom 3% or bottom 4% of people in my age in the country for taking knowledge in. So the fact that I can't take the knowledge in and take the memories in, it's got to do something with my mind, with my memory store. Now, I know PTSD is like living with PTSD is same as you get the stressor that sets you onto your fight or flight, but you live with that feeling constantly, and that's what it's like. I'm constantly on edge. I'm constantly watching things and observing. I mean, you've probably seen my videos. I'm all over the place. I'm scatting this. I'm scatting the others, and this is the reason being. So, part of the fight or flight is your amygdala gets controlled, it gets hijacked, and the amygdala is part of the main thing that takes in your memories and sorts them out. When it's constantly in action, it's not able to focus the memories as it should do. So I believe that's my personal belief in it. Obviously that's a different thing. I'm learning at uni, so I've got to know it. But that's why I believe that I'm having learning difficulties. But anyway, because I'm struggling to focus, struggling to get essays done, struggling to get things written down, etc. I can't write. Anyone who knows me knows I can't write for anything. I look like my handwriting, even doctors can't read it. So yeah, like I said, because of everything that I've got, I've been awarded a grant to get a computer and software that I need. Obviously I have to pay £200 towards it. It's the standard thing for the DSA, but they've awarded it me. Now, I am going to say I had a fantastic experience with a company called Rebotech. Based in Salford, they supply the computers and technology and all the training, etc. for it. And with everything being locked down, I was expecting to be waiting months to get his computer, because I've been waiting months for student finance to confirm it. And this is the same student finance that turned around and said that they don't believe my PTSD is long term. Yeah, go figure. So obviously I was expecting it to be months before I got it, but no. I sent them last Friday I sent them the proof of entitlement. Obviously I've had all the reviews and everything else that's gone through over the past few months. Sent the proof of entitlement on Friday. I picked my computer up on Monday coming. So it's what, 10 days between sending it to them and me getting the computer. So that's all good news. So hopefully with the aid of that, it's coming with a load of voice recording software, so I can start talking about my essays and it'll type it and put it into that way.
I'm fine.
I won't go into technical details because I'm there forever to explain it, but it do what I need and be able to let me get the essays done a lot easier and quicker, as well as giving me the software to talk, so I don't start getting a bit ahead of myself or typing things that I don't need to type. So yeah, so I will obviously do a vlog on, I'll probably do a few on how that works for me and if it works for me, etc. Obviously I might even do one introduction to the system that I get. I say might because I can't say I'll do some because I struggle. But hey, so yeah, so
That's where we're going to live now.
oh, my head's bobbins. I'm trying not to swear, but my head's completely destroyed.
Home, just like we used to on Earth.
I feel like it's about to explode.
You'll see.
I just want to go curl up in a ball and hide away in a corner and not come out. The way I actually feel, and the way I feel a lot, as a kid, my hideaway was the wardrobe. I used to sleep in the wardrobe because I was petrified of things. I was petrified of people, I was having constant nightmares, everything that was going on. I would sleep in the wardrobe, or we had a wicker basket. I don't know if anyone ever remember these, but back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, there was like wicker bedding baskets that everyone had. And we had one of them, and it was in my bedroom. And I used to sleep in that with the lid closed, or I'd sleep in the wardrobe with the doors closed so nobody knew where I was. Didn't care anyway, didn't come looking. No one knew where I was, no one cared. But that's how I feel. When I'm like this, I just want to climb into my wardrobe. I haven't got a wardrobe, it's probably a good job. Everything's all hung out in open and stuff like that, but if I had a wardrobe, I'd probably be sleeping in it or climbing in it at night when I'm really having bad times. So I just feel like climbing in something and just segregate myself. I don't know whether that'll make me feel safe or what, but that's how I feel right now. I just want to curl up in a ball in the bottom of a wardrobe and hide away from the world. So yeah.
Jeremy and I are going down
So as I was saying about the computer, that should help me with my essays. Now, one of the things that I do in my essays when I'm typing away, I type too much, or I'll explain it a bit.
You take my child down to the planet.
I cannot permit that. The war
Yeah.
is my responsibility.
One of the things I do in my essays, I type too much. Oh, fuck it, I'm doing a bit of editing as well.
Because
There's Lewis here. Where was I? Yeah, so part of my problem with my essays is I have to write it all in one big bulk and get it all blasted off in one go. Because if I do, say, like a portion of it, I go back to it and rewrite it and end up doing it all again, so it takes even more time. And I constantly digress over what I've written, and I will go over it and over it and over it and over it. I will panic until the last minute and submit it all at the last minute, and probably rewrite it about 20 times. Now sometimes that's a good thing, other times it's a bad thing. The reason why I say sometimes it's a good thing, because my current essay at the moment, I said this on a previous video, I wrote the whole essay, I was finalising it, I was checking it all out. I looked at the question at the top of my page, which is what I was answering, before I deleted it, and I realised that I'd wrote about a completely wrong thing. I'd got off on my own tangent, and I got really passionate about what I was writing, wrote it all, and it wasn't even what they wanted. So that'd have come back as a fail if I hadn't checked it. I mean, it might still come back as a fail, depends on what the university will let me do. But
I'd say they're running that manifestation off our own.
yeah, so that happened. So I finally finished that essay yesterday and did proofread it, because I rewrote it again. So I just need to proofread it now, get it finalised, get it sent, get my next one that I'm behind on done. So yeah, so Monday, once I get all this system up and running, I think actually I got Monday and I got training on Tuesday. So once I've done the training on Tuesday, then I'll knuckle down and get some work done for the rest of the week and catch up and get on everything, on top of everything. Until then, I'll just crack on as normal, try and do what I can. See, I'm currently at the moment using my wife's computer. Now, my wife's computer, it's okay, but it's not a computer per se. It's one of them flexi touchscreen ones that have a small SSD, really bad memory, so I can't flip between too many pages, because I obviously need to research papers in order to write the essays, and I can't do it as much because it crashes out and kicks me out all the time. Foolishly, I edit these videos on it, well, I tried to, and they kept on crashing out, so I ended up having to do them on my tab 6. So yeah, so it'd be good to have a proper system where I'll be able to get working on it and also utilise the software. So I'll be able to use the type talk on my Word while I'm reading the essays and go from there. Just gotta be careful, don't plagiarise. So that's a positive. That's a positive step going forward. News obviously said that the lockdown's been forwarded for another 3 weeks. More speculation for about. Now, I started at the beginning of being on speculation, then I gave up. So that's turn TV now. I gave up reading on it all because when I was reading it, I was getting a bit focused and looking for positives, and we all know if we look for positives we'll find them, but we'll lose the negatives. So I was looking for anything that was saying that it's nearly over, we can get out, etc. Whereas really I should have been reading the bigger picture and actually just watching them from the horse's mouth itself. So yeah, so going to Spain in June, I don't think that's going to happen now, so I might just get my money back on that. Going to America in July, I am more confident on that one, especially with them starting to open up the beaches and stuff in America and getting slowly opening up the economy. That's the planning. Because in Florida now they've opened up the beaches, because at one point they were all shut off to anybody, which is good. Obviously nice weather over there, so you'd want to be on the beach. Social distancing is obviously going to take place. Wow, you can see that car behind me, then you can see how dangerous that was. I'll try and highlight it if I can, otherwise might just see my big fat instead. But yeah, I don't need to do this, shave, need to have a haircut. I need to get back on some self-care because I'm just not even bothered. I've got no self-worth at all at the moment. Where was I? I digressed a bit there again. I forgot. Oh yeah. Yeah, so obviously they're opening up the beaches in Florida. Hopefully they won't have a second run of any problems, so the flights will keep going. I've noticed all the airlines are stopping them till May to mid-June, so that's why I don't think we're going to Spain. Well, it's to Mallorca, so you never know, they might open up the island again. We'll see what happens over the next month. But last video I saw with the Mallorca government was of the Balearic government was them saying that they're going to open up the islands for tourism about August. So like I said, I don't think we're going to Spain. We're going to Mallorca, but we'll see. But like I said, America, the American economy and the British economy don't want to crash too much. The airlines will go if they end up grounded for too long. So imagine, as long as practice safe distancing, etc., it should be alright. I just know that the parks are not going to be as they should be. Not going to have the same atmosphere and environment. Now, won't be overcrowded, so that's a good thing. But yeah, no, it's all speculation. Nobody knows the truth until it happens. So just keep an eye on it and see what happens. So yeah, so I'm going to end this video here anyway, because I've blabbered on a lot. I've gone over a lot of details over and over again. This is probably not one of my best videos, but it's how I'm feeling. So I did say I will record and publish how I am in certain circumstances, etc. So that's what I'm doing. Hopefully next one will be an upbeat one. The youngin goes home tomorrow, so I'm gonna miss her. I miss her like mad when she's not here. But yeah. Anyway, everyone's gonna have the good days and bad days. The only thing I say is take care of yourselves. Take care of those you love around you. Keep them close. And don't take anything for granted. Thank you very much for listening. If you do like my videos or you would like to obviously keep up to date, subscribe, follow, like. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, all the rest of them. Patreon. I've got a Discord. I'm open to any suggestions. I still want to set these groups up. So, like, that's good. That's my plan. But I record these videos just to let people know they're not alone. But I do welcome any input or advice, or I welcome any followers. So thank you very much and take care of yourselves. Husband don't know what he's done. Kids don't know what's wrong with mum. She can't say, they can't see. Putting it down to another bad day. Daddy don't know what he's done. Kids don't know what's wrong with mum. So this is how it feels to be lonely. This is how it feels to be small. This is how it feels.